Empty bottles of red wine laying on the floor from last night. We got a little drunk, yeah. Now I'm a little numb. Spending hours by your bedside, talking till it's dark out somehow. Can get you off my.
Let me get situated. Listen,
I couldn't get it on.
we are a hot mess today. Welcome to Snack Capital Talk. I am your host, Lacey.
I'm Monica.
And let me scooch over. Now, if I'm looking like I'm looking at Monica, I'm not cross-eyed or cockeyed for that matter.
Things are a little different today. Yes, they are.
I am doing this on my iPhone because my wireless receivers are only set up for my iPhone, and I really wanted to use it, and I have no idea if they are working because I'm quite sure y'all are going to hear me regardless if I have it on or not, because I think my phone itself is going to pick it up.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
But so because I set it up on here, I had to turn my phone sideways so that it can pick up both of us. And
oh, my face is huge.
Well, you don't listen. You don't have to deal with what we was dealing with before. We was on here looking like we had triple D boobs and everything.
No, I was about an F. And one side was droopy.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna blame it on the building. Maybe the building is built at a slant. I don't know.
No, but for real, when they say the camera adds 10 pounds, no, I think it was adding 20.
Yeah.
I am not that big.
Because listen, I got on the scale today and I was 5 pounds lighter, and I was like, oh, okay.
You know what? I stepped on the scale this morning and I was lighter. Well, it was probably because I didn't eat last night either, but I really wasn't hungry. I was tired. Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Listen, I was just happy for that 5 pounds.
I would get on the scale when I get home, and I'd probably be 5 pounds lighter.
Yeah, it was switching between 5 to 6 pounds. So I just averaged it out to be 5 because I didn't want to disappoint myself with the 6. So I was at least 5 pounds lighter, and I was like, well, at least I lost 5 pounds.
And that just means I have 15 pounds to go, and then to start time to tone.
Well, I wasn't even trying to lose that, but I'm glad for it. Thank you. Now, I know y'all see this topic. This topic today is a call for action. And there are mixed emotions in the toddler community.
Yes.
Now, I only want to bring this up because I'm probably going to get mad about something that I shouldn't get mad about because it's really to be expected.
All of it is.
Yeah. It's to be I should not be shocked by the comments and people's reactions and stuff like that, because I am downtown with these people, with a lot of these people, and a lot of people gonna have a lot of negative things to say because it does not affect them directly.
And not only that, it's, I knew eventually it would happen here. Mm-hmm. I just didn't expect it to happen the way it happened.
Yeah. So it's like it's hard for us as a Black community to defend ourselves against a law that's not meant for us. So, and then to have I don't know, a community that's wolves dressed as sheep surrounding us, it really shows their true colors, their true thoughts. I mean, you do have those that never hid it.
Oh, that happened the first time Trump was in office.
But yeah, the comments are very astounding. Very astounding. That my whole thing is, like I said before, I know the young lady, and she is not perfect. She's not perfect. She is not. But She didn't deserve the punch in the face. That now everybody's comments that they're saying, oh, she should have got several. Really? I'm assuming that you beat your wife's ass. That's what I'm assuming that I got from that comment. And you got a lot of them saying, "Oh well, would you have preferred that he shot her?" No, just do the arrest because she was already down. Just do the arrest and take her in safely. It's not called for. You learn this when you go through the academy.
Yeah, but I will
But it
say
only
yes, she should have complied. Yes, a lot of things should have been done differently. A lot on both ends, and yet and everyone should be held accountable for their actions. She should be held accountable for her actions, and they should be held accountable for their actions. No one is saying no one should not be held accountable for their actions. No one's saying that at all. But things should have been done differently.
he should be reprimanded because of the excessive use of force. We're not saying that oh his life wasn't in danger. Okay, we're not saying that. Now, the person that was standing behind him, that's who life was in danger. The white female that was standing back there when she crossed the street at the time that the gun went off.
Like I said,
that's who could have got shot by
the police. Need to police the police.
Yeah, but he needs to be reprimanded for this excessive use of force because it's not just happening in the black community, but unfortunately, white people, you are not news. It's white on white crime. Black on black crime is not news unless it is done in a certain manner. So Hispanic on Hispanic is not news unless it is done in a certain manner. What is news is when it's black on white, black on Hispanic, Hispanic on white, Hispanic on black. It's always two different cultures that make headlines, that make news. And when it's something like that, they don't really give a damn why you did it. You could have shot this person in the eye with a damn rock or something, and it would have made news.
But they used
with a slingshot. and it went straight through and caused a hole at the back of the head. That made news right there. But
okay, but my question, because I've heard it float around that she wasn't pregnant. So is there any confirmation that she was pregnant, or is she pregnant? Is she not pregnant?
Even though I know her, there's never going to be any confirmation that I personally can give because of the license that I hold. I'm not able to give that information.
Okay. And that's understandable, 100%.
Because of the HIPAA law, I'm not able to confirm if she's pregnant or not. Only the Tyler PD and anybody else that knows can confirm if whether or not she is. But the history that I have with her says that if she did say that, more than likely she probably is or she probably was.
And that's unfortunate.
And I hope that it's not speaking in past tense. But what our concern in the black community, that the white community, not all white people, when I say the white community, we ain't talking about everybody. Because I do realize that everybody does not feel the same. But one thing in the black community is that we have a concern with the use of force that was done carelessly and without explanation and without remorse. That's our concern. Because if they're doing it now, it's going to get worse if we don't address it now.
Yep, that it is.
And I am verbally saying this. No, I don't speak for everybody, but it is the truth that if that happens, shit gonna break loose
and
in Tyler.
Hit the fan. Yes.
I'm just saying.
So what do you think about the video? I've seen the video. I've watched it several times. And yes, I will go back and say her hand was on it.
Her hand was carelessly on the weapon because she's trying to push him off of her.
And I've watched it several times. And in my opinion, if her hand was on it when it went off, what made it go off, in my opinion, was when he was pushing down on her arm.
Because he's trying to make her let it go. But that's what they want you to see. They want you to see what led to him punching her.
But I want to see the whole video.
That's not even, his punch was an afterthought. He thought about that punch just before he did it. He was mad.
Yeah.
That's why he did it. That was an afterthought when he punched her. Because it didn't happen. If he had punched her while she was holding the gun, I probably would have understood that more, because he's using that punch as a use of force to get her to let it go.
Yeah.
Versus her holding on to it. You got one officer holding her hand, and then he's holding her hand, and they're both struggling over that gun. We all done watched the movie that what happens when two people are struggling over a gun is going to go off. So to sit there after it goes off and then punch her 5 seconds later, that could have been an avoided punch. That's what I see. You sitting on her back. The punch is not only what we're concerned about. You're sitting on her back while she is telling you that she's pregnant. Whether or not she's lying is not the case. Because she verbally told you
over and over,
you have to assume that she is until proven otherwise. You have to assume that she is. I deal with a lot of people at the jail that fake and lie about their actions of their health. But we cannot tell them that you are faking. We cannot tell them that you are lying. We have to assume that they are telling the truth and treat them as such until proven otherwise. Same thing goes for the Tyler PD. There's nothing different.
That's why I always say, they say innocent until proven guilty. I say,
you always have to prove your innocence.
Innocent.
Yeah, you have to prove your innocence. Because if he was innocent until proven guilty, you wouldn't be arrested. You wouldn't be held. But they assume that you are guilty.
Mm-hmm. And you have to prove yourself innocent.
Yeah. And especially in the cases where everything around you says, hey, something here has occurred.
Or unless you say, I did it.
Yeah. Then we have to hold you to keep you safe from the community. To keep the community safe from you. Then we will hold you. Okay. That's what being held in jail is supposed to be about anyway. The safety of the community.
Yeah. But what they don't realize is a lot of people that you need to be held safe from are the ones that's supposed to be protecting you.
Yeah. In the bigotry and the double standard we're not trying to make it a race thing, but we always have to do a comparison because it is the reality that a lot of white people do not want to address. And it is the what ifs.
But you know what?
It exists for a reason.
If you want to throw race into it, it's not only white people that you have to look at. There are people that are racist or prejudiced against their own race.
Yeah, definitely. There are a lot of black people that feel like there was no wrong done. Sad to say.
And it's not just in this situation. It's in everyday life.
Yeah.
There are people that don't want to deal with their own kind, not just black people, but I mean, it's in every race. There are people that don't want to deal with their own kind simply because of things that have happened in the past or things that have happened to them in general.
Not the Hispanic race. They stick together like glue.
Well,
they might not vote all the same, but they still gonna stick together like glue. They will. I ain't never seen nobody.
But you know what? It's like I've said before. If we could all come together as a people, like the Jewish people keep their money within the Jews. Mm-hmm. If we could all come together as a people and show people how powerful we are as a people, I mean, things would be so much better. But we are too busy trying to figure out who's gonna be in charge?
Right.
Who's gonna make this much money? If somebody makes a dollar more than this person over here, it's a problem. Well, he made 50 cents more than me. I need 75 cents. No.
That's one thing I can say. My job ain't worth a damn half the time, majority of the time. But one thing about them,
85% of the time.
one thing about them, we all gonna make the same amount of money, and we gonna get our raise on the same day for the same amount.
And I myself said that shit wasn't fair.
But for everybody that fits into a tier. Now their tiers are not fair.
They're not at all. At all.
Whoever
Because I came in well after her and got the same raise she got. That wasn't even fair. I told her that wasn't fair.
Yeah. Now we still under that same budget.
And that ain't even fair. It ain't fair at
but
all.
But the fact of the matter is that I got over that. When it happened the first time, I got over that. Because I'm not going to dwell on that. Because I know every year after that, we're going to make the same amount of money.
Yeah. I mean, it was a slap.
Same day.
To me, it was a slap in the face to the ones that were already there. I didn't want them looking at me like, oh, she just got here and she makes the same amount of money I make. I didn't want them mad at me for something that was out of my control.
Well, when it happened, the first time it happened, I understood it. Because they had a bracket and I didn't make the cut. My year didn't make the cut of that bracket. That's why we fell under the same wage. Because when you started, we wasn't making the same at first. Mm-hmm. But when that contract hit, I didn't make that bracket that gave me that wage difference. But the bad part is 2 contracts later, we're still stuck at that same bracket. The bracket never moved. And the union never realized that they never moved the bracket. So you got people that's been there for 10, 11 years making the amount of money of people that
just come in.
Not even coming in yet. They're just prospects. They haven't even applied yet. That's the crazy part, is because my tier hasn't changed yet. Because nobody's actually paying attention to the contract.
That's crazy.
Hell, I'm paying attention though. I tell you that. That's one person that's paying attention to me. I'm gonna read the contract. And when I was a steward, I explained the contract to everybody that was under me. Because that's what you have to do.
Yep.
Now, I ain't put up nothing. Look, don't judge. Look at here. What is this?
I don't know.
I don't know how to use this stuff on this phone.
See?
I can't make this up. I'm trying, y'all. Trust me. Okay.
You would think it's the same.
But you see the layout is totally different.
It is. Maybe because the screen is smaller. Girl, what if none of that stuff is up there? Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me see what I'm doing on this side.
Wait, let me see if I
can. Listen, yeah, I can't make this up. What is this over here?
Nothing.
Okay. There it go. There it go.
Oh, we're little down there.
Okay, so our next story is Halle has been granted. Haley. I keep wanting to call her Halle. Right. Halle Bailey. The beautiful Halle Bailey has been granted. I don't know how to. Okay, well, she's been granted a restraining order against DDG. Now, I will say they look cute together. Everybody wants a bad boy. I'm sure that's why she got with him. I'm sure his lifestyle was just of interest or whatever. But you got to remember that these sisters were very sheltered. So they're chasing after a life that's totally different than what they're used to.
Mm-hmm.
Totally different.
Do you ever hear anything about the sister?
You know, she was with that ugly boy. I can't even think of his name, but they done broke up because he was flaunting around with other girls while he was with her.
But I mean, you hear a slew about her, but you don't hear anything about Chloe.
Beyonce and Solange.
You know what? You do have a point. You do have a point.
They are Beyonce and Solange.
You hear very little about
Solange. Once things went bad with Solange's marriage, she did a whole setback. Same thing with Halle. Halle
Bailey.
Call her
Same
Halle.
like Halle Bailey.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not clicking. Her presence, her soft toneness of her face, her features is just reminding me of Halle. They don't look alike, but seeing the name resemblance, just kind of, I keep wanting to call her Halle. No disrespect, Haley. But just think, every time I look at her, I just keep wanting to call her Haley. But it's Halle. See, Halle. It's Haley Bailey. I'm sorry. Haley Bailey. And her cute little son, Halo. He loves his mama. They have such a wonderful relationship. And I don't know. I always said when everything kind of went sideways with them, what did he do to her? Because a person like her, she's not just going to walk away from you for no reason.
Well, she said he abused her physically and emotionally.
Yeah, and he probably did. Because the live video where he actually received the news, he already knew. Nobody gets the news before you. You are the active party. So you already knew. You just didn't know it was going to hit the community as fast as it did. But you're so public with your life that anytime that y'all had issues, you just took it live. And then you tried to bash her on your live. She's trying to keep my son away from me. But what did you do? And didn't she tell you that her and the baby were sick? With a virus that was very contagious? You don't understand that? When y'all broke up, you don't continue to gain that access that you had when y'all were together. And a lot of people don't, men and women. That's what I'm saying, people. A lot of people don't realize that when you break up, you lose that access that you had so freely. That access is gone. So to think that you can be broken up and still keep that access is crazy. But yes, they have broken up. She has filed a restraining order and she has won. Now, for a judge, while a lot of women, I'm very surprised. Actually, I shouldn't be. But a lot of women is talking down and talking negative on her. He didn't even do it. She just bitter. She don't look bitter. That girl is living her life and worried about nothing but her and that baby. She didn't look bitter to me at all whatsoever. And so my take on that is her main concern is Halo.
Yeah.
As it should be.
And I mean, from what I just read, that's her only concern.
Yeah. Her that's her number one concern is Halo. Now, Halo, he a baby right now, but from the little live streams that he had Halo on, I didn't see no bonding. He was trying to turn him into a boss baby. And Halo is like, I want my mommy kind of thing.
Because he's at that age.
But you can be a baby when you with your mama. We're not going to be watching these cartoons. We're going to be watching like How to Make $1 Million. Teach him that when he become a teenager.
Well, I mean, you don't necessarily have to wait until he's a teenager, but let him be a kid.
No, I'm just saying, he don't necessarily have to be in high school, but I'm just saying, teach him that when he's of age and can understand the value of money and the importance of it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, while you're this age and he's that age, invest for him.
Yeah.
Let him be a kid.
Don't let that baby sitting there watching Spox. He don't give a damn about that. Who want to watch that? I'm grown and I don't even want to look at it.
Again, let him be a child. Let him be a toddler. Let him do toddler things.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with celebrity kids. A lot of them don't get to be a toddler. They don't get to be normal kids.
That's true.
That's why they grow up and be so weird.
Especially when they're born within the celebrity families already. Like his mom. His mom is a celebrity already. His aunt is a mega celebrity already. So it's like he's not going to have to worry about anything. But I get DDG's concern with him learning how to make the money, but he's one.
Yeah. Invest his money for him.
Or he's two.
So when he gets older, he'll have money that you can show him how to invest and grow his money. And then have him into stocks.
Yeah.
When he, like you said, when he gets older and know what stocks is about. So his money will grow.
Yeah.
But while he's at this age, let him be a child.
Yeah. Well, she's alleging that the abuse, that when he came over to pick up little Halo, he grabbed her, left bruises on her. He took her phone, later on broke it.
Wow.
He yanked her Ring camera off of the wall and broke it. And she called the police and filed a charge. So for the judge to grant her restraining order, then there had to been enough evidence for him to grant it.
Yeah, they go back to court June 4th.
Yeah,
2025.
And now because of your actions, she is filing for full custody. So it's like, you're not a victim. Not when you're doing stuff like that. And I think he cares about her more than what he puts on. And he's mad that she's not affected by it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he's ordered to stay over 100 yards away. But this temporary restraining order expires.
So what is like a 30-day?
Yeah.
Just to kind of see where things
but like
are
I said,
at.
they're scheduled for court June 4th, 2025.
Okay, so that's in a couple of weeks. So, I mean, if you really love Halo, then do what you got to do as a father so that you can have access to Halo.
But
at the end of the day, honey, you messing with a mama bear against her baby cub, and she ain't playing. And everybody's like, oh, women, they petty. They had these kids and then they start acting different. She's not acting different.
She's just looking out for her child.
Babe, when a woman is with you and she doesn't have any kids with you yet, she is vulnerable to you and your actions. Okay? And she's going to put up with a lot of BS because she doesn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know what you're capable of. And so she's going to sideswipe a lot of things. But when they have a baby with you, a baby is either going to weaken you or strengthen you. And in her case, it strengthened her because now she's not just thinking about herself.
Yep, she's thinking about her and
she's
the baby.
thinking about that baby first and foremost before she even thinks about herself.
Yep.
And when she's thinking about that child, what men don't understand, and some women don't understand when the man has custody and he has to protect his kids now. Okay, what they're not thinking about is it's not just about the two of you anymore. They have to think about the safety of that child first and foremost.
Yeah.
If you're overexposing that child to your live accounts,
which he did,
that can be publicly affecting the child, which the child can't show you unless when she drops the child out and the baby crying all the time. She still got to protect that baby, boy or girl. She's got to teach that baby to do different actions than what you did that caused y'all to break up in the first place. And if abuse is one of them, she has to show her son how not to act.
Mm-hmm.
She has to show her daughter, if it was a little girl, what not to accept.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you do know she did ask for supervised visitation for 6 hours.
I mean, case in point. Mm-hmm. She has to think about, Halo cannot protect himself. He cannot. And she has to do that for him.
Not with just anybody, a professional company.
I agree. I don't blame her. And I'm proud of her for putting her foot down at the first step of things being sideways and realizing that's not what she wants with her life. That's not what she wants to deal with. that she is better than that. And and I'm not saying she's better than that because of who she is, but because of knowing her value. She's better than that.
And it says additionally, Bailey is asking the court to prevent DDG from taking their son outside the county of Los Angeles.
I agree with that too.
She's also requested an order to prevent child abduction, saying that DDG has a history of abusing her, taking away or hiding Halo from her, threatening to take away or hide Halo from her, and not cooperating with her in parenting.
I can see him doing that.
Yep.
Whether he's joking about it or not, I can see him doing it.
And also asked that the judge order DDG not to travel with Halo without her written permission and to turn in or not apply for passports.
I can see that too. Ooh, that takes me back to that movie, Not Without My Child.
Yep.
If y'all never seen that movie, that is a very strong, compelling movie.
And this too. And if he does travel with Halo with her permission, she is asking the judge to order that DDG provide his travel schedule, copies of round-trip airline tickets, addresses, and phone numbers where they can be reached, and an open airline ticket for her if Halo is not returned.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, I can understand that, especially if he, like you said, even if it was joking, even if he had said, I'm not going to bring him back.
Yeah. I'm sure for her to say that and put that in there, he probably has verbalized it. Like, I don't even have to give him back to you. I'll take him clean across the country if I want to. For her to do that, something had to have happened.
Or been
said for her to have to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it needs to be done because he has the money and the free range to do so. Because, baby, once out this country, it is hard. It can be done, but it is hard to get your child back.
And it depends on the country that he goes to as to whether or not they will make him surrender him.
Yeah, it is hard, but it can be done, and it usually takes years.
And a lot of money.
So, but kudos to you, Haley. Kudos to you for having the strength to look after you and Halo. Now, if y'all are just now jumping on this feed, this is not Cackle Talk. This is Freestyle Thursday. Anything goes. And I am Lacey.
And I am Monica.
Now, I don't have anything else to sit up here and basically talk about. So
hopefully y'all can hear us.
Man. Let me find out. Let me find out I'm on here talking and I can't hear, y'all can't hear nothing. Let me just say that. Now, my fingers have been itching to touch these cards for the past week or so.
Oh my God. Here.
Please, give him a card.
Take a card, any card.
I'm a card fiend. I need it.
Oh.
I need it.
And you got a big one too.
I always get the big one.
You wanted it.
And it's always about these damn significant others.
And you can't give it back. You got to answer, even if it's 3 or 4 cards.
Okay. If you and your significant other strongly disagree on a direction of what? Okay. How would you ultimately make a decision? Paper, rock, scissors.
What? Oh, hell no. I'm not riding with y'all. No. We will end up in Timbuktu. Hell no.
Paper, rock, scissors. What you mean?
Do not get in the car with them. Ain't no way in hell.
Listen.
It's a good thing you don't travel.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Paper, rock, scissors.
Are you serious?
Heck yeah.
We going left, we going right. We going east, west, north, south.
You know what? Paper, rock, scissors. Come on. Let's figure it out. He'll tell you paper, rock, scissors. Dead ass, no
Oh
lie.
my! So are you serious? If y'all are lost, y'all go pepper rock scissor it. Hell no! Oh my god! I am never.
Because I
going
mean,
on
I'm
a
always
trip
gonna tell him, "Want to stop and get directions." I'm not gonna
never,
stop and get no directions.
never tell a man to stop and get directions. That's when you say, "Babe, why don't you just go to this gas station? I gotta pee." Then you go in and say, "Hey, can you tell me how to get to such such?"
No, it's
My
like, okay,
husband
you
don't.
know what?
My husband don't want to stop and get directions. He don't want to use maps. He don't want to use a map. Nothing.
You know what? Let's paper rock scissors. Come on, let's go.
Y'all gonna run out of gas. Because there are some places that you go and it'll say gas up here, next gas station is 20 amount of miles. Yeah. And he gonna go right past that gas station. He gonna read the sign. Then y'all gonna be stuck on the side of the road.
That's him. And I'll be crying the whole nine. Don't get on that highway. I will cry.
Okay. Do you have children? Yes. I have 5. Sometimes I feel like 4. Anyway, if so, describe your relationship with. Why did I have to get this card? I can't stand none of my baby daddies. Simple. That's it.
Is that what that say?
That's it. That's all. None of them.
Describe your relationship with their father/mother.
I
can answer that. We don't have no relationship. We're cordial. We are respectfully cordial.
They like me. I don't like them.
That's our relationship.
Is that good enough? Yeah.
We are respectfully cordial around each other. We respect each other's boundaries, each other's space, and each other's families. Yeah. Next.
Oh, I deal with the families. I just don't like them.
Well, they burned some bridges. Okay. I always get these deep cards.
Yeah. Read the card. Read the card.
What motivates you most in life?
What? I think I'd pick up my purse and walk out on that conversation. He trying to get too deep. Hell, I don't know. Shit.
Bills.
Yeah, because you gotta pay them bitches. Bills
is the reason why you go to school, so you can afford to pay them MFs.
Because you're gonna get some more.
I don't know. I mean, my kids are grown now.
Yeah, they're a bill.
Yeah.
They're the most expensive bill.
Yeah. So, bills.
Okay,
bills.
You got a deep card. It's my turn. And it seems like the deep cards be the shortest ones. Maybe this will be a long one. Okay. If you could only save one of your mother or your significant other.
Damn. Who are you saving?
Who are you saving and why? Well, that'll be easy. I guess it would be my mother because I don't have a significant other, and that is my choice. That's my choice. So it'd be my mom because I don't have a significant other.
I'm gonna save my mom first because she's the lightest, and then then we both gonna save Brian. Cause this is the thing. I'm gonna try to save him by myself, and then we both
gonna
die. We both gonna be gone. Me, him, no, correction. All 3 of us gonna be gone. So I'm gonna reach down and save my mom, and then the 2 of us is gonna reach down and save Brian.
Okay, so you're strategizing.
Yeah, that's straight up strategy.
All right. Kudos.
Yeah. My husband full of muscles. I ain't gonna be able to pull him up by myself.
No, I'm gonna push him down.
Now, other than that, it depends on who's the closest.
Yeah.
If Brian's the closest, then that's who I'm gonna save first.
Oh.
I can't jump in there and save my mom.
Well, actually, if they're floating in water,
whoever's the closest.
Yeah.
I have to get to you first.
Yeah, it'd be my mom because I don't have a significant other.
So,
Now, if you want to talk about booze,
Boo thing. Okay, do I want to do a? Yes, I've been deprived.
oh my God.
This is my last
Yeah,
part.
she
though.
is addicted to these cards. She would go through the rest of the deck if she could.
Yeah,
But we got to go to work tonight.
They're great topic cards.
Some of them.
Okay. What was the main reason your last relationship didn't work? Okay, that's a good conversation topic. That's a good one. Because we had a baby.
Oh, well, damn. Wow. Are you watching?
I mean, we were both young. And because we had a baby.
All right.
We were
I
both
hope,
young.
I hope mine ain't like that, but but then where do I get these significant other things? Because I don't have one. Okay, well, with my significant other, something blank, I feel loved. Fill in a blank and explain your answer. I think I need a do-over because I don't have a significant other exactly. With my significant other,
Well, okay, fill in the blank.
I feel loved. I don't have a significant other.
Okay, let me see.
Okay, well, since she's doing 2 cards, I get 2 cards.
Okay, so I have a significant other.
I don't. By choice. By choice.
Now, I will say my husband's not a romantic whatsoever. But when
why you say it like that?
Because he doesn't have a romantic bone in his body, even if he tried.
Well,
I can lead him down the romantic path and he'll still miss it.
He gonna go right past that curve.
Oh, you been right here. I literally passed it out. I just pointed it to you. But when he tells me I'm beautiful and pretty every day, I do feel loved, which he does that every day. So I will say that.
You know what? My ex-husband did that bullshit. I mean, he did that and he can kiss my ass.
No, he genuinely does. He tells me every single day. I could be looking a whole hot mess. So I will say that. But he ain't got a romantic. That's why I said he don't have a romantic bone in his body. Aww. But it's like he said, "Do you know you're very pretty?" No. Well, you are. You're very pretty. Oh, I'm supposed to be. I have a contract with you. You're contracted to tell me I'm pretty for the rest of your life.
What's your go-to way to deal with a stressful day? Do y'all really want to know?
What?
What is your go-to way to deal with a stressful day? You want an honest answer? You want me to tell the truth or you want me to tell a lie?
Both.
Lie.
Tell the lie first.
Go to sleep.
Okay, what's the truth?
Sex.
Okay.
Sex is the best stress reliever there is.
It is. It really can be.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they invented the word effing. I'm just saying.
No, but honestly, when you get ready, once you have had some great sex, you are.
Yeah, you're stress relieved.
I can't even. I mean, you just your muscles and everything is just. I can't even describe it. Okay, y'all. This is the last card. Last card, Lacey. Last card. Like last call. Last card. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here.
I got my loving list cards back there.
Oh, God. Only 2. One for you, one for me.
Oh, yeah. That's all we can handle of them cards.
Okay. I don't even like this card. I need a do-over. What attracted you to your ex? Which one?
Just pick one. The better of 2.
Do you see any similarities in me?
We just met. And if I did, it's time to go.
No, for real. ain't gonna even say bye.
It is time
I'm just gonna
to go.
pick everything up. They're like, where you going? Home.
No,
I need a redo.
never date
Not with
anybody that
you.
reminds you of someone else.
No, for real. Well, it depends. It depends.
Never, ever, ever. Because this is the thing. Is you're gonna break up with that person because a reminder of why you left the last one.
No. It depends now. It depends. It depends.
I can't date nobody who look like my ex. My ex is very handsome.
No,
He always have. He always have been. So I would never date anybody that looks like him. Because if I'm dating somebody that look like him, I might as well be with him.
No.
I won't date nobody that is friends with him.
Oh no.
Like they ain't gotta be best friends. Like I broke up with a guy because he knew him. They played basketball together. Dead end.
Just because they knew each other?
Yep.
Did they hang out together?
They played basketball together.
Basketball and hanging out together is different.
Don't matter.
Oh no.
I didn't feel like being compared or
Okay,
discussed.
what?
Yep, broke up with him.
No. Where we live is small. I mean, it ain't small, but it's small.
Exactly.
You're gonna run into people.
Let me tell you,
know
Mr. Lacey got a pass because Mr. Lacey wouldn't have made the cut either.
But exactly. That's what I'm saying. People are going to know.
But I didn't know that about Mr. Lacey until after we got married.
Well, then you should have got a divorce.
He held. No. We had a child already. And we made one on consummation night. He wasn't going no damn way. I want to raise them kids by myself.
But I'm just saying, people are going to know people in passing that's just like saying you won't date somebody because they work together. If they work together, they're going to have conversations together. They're going to know one another because they work together.
No,
so that's just
saying the reason why is I feel like there's too much connectivity between that.
They just play basketball together. Girl,
I don't care.
You could have missed out on a good thing.
I probably did.
See?
I probably did. But I doubt it.
No, you did. You did. I think you probably did.
Now, would I be living here still? Who knows?
Probably not. You be living in another world.
But I'm still the same way. I wouldn't go nowhere.
You'd probably be a little different.
No,
probably.
My demeanor didn't change.
Well, I'm just saying, you still be something about you would be different. I'm not saying you yourself.
I wouldn't be broke. That's it. But
you would be different.
No.
Yes.
Because I'd have to stay here. I wouldn't want to leave here.
Well,
that's always been my thing. I'd never wanted to leave here.
You would still be a little different.
I doubt it.
Yeah, you would. But we don't know.
I ain't gave it a second thought either.
Sometimes I look back and be like, damn, if I would have stayed with him, where would I be?
Yeah. Everybody that I have dated, they have moved off.
No, well, I see
one to California, one to Dallas.
I still see a couple of my exes. One of them work at Train.
Virtue. Okay.
I saw him when my oldest daughter worked there, and I saw her. I actually saw her, and he was walking down the sidewalk. And I stopped. I was talking to him. I asked my daughter, "Did you remember him?" She was like, I said, "He should have been your dad."
Not the should have been. Could have been. Should have been. Listen.
She said, "Mama." Well,
but I've had no regrets. I mean, I've had all my relationships were great relationships.
I just wish I could have went back and. I mean, we did that show. If we could go back and change some things, even I think that. If you go back and change some things and you say you would have your kids, yes, you would have your kids, but your kids wouldn't be the kids that they are now because they would have been with somebody else. So, you say you want to go back, you would go back and change some things, but at the same time, you wouldn't go back and change some things because...
I wouldn't go that far back. I always said it had to be in my 20s after I had all my kids. Change that part right there.
I would change some friends.
Oh, I didn't have to worry about that.
Some people I would go to boot.
I've always been ever since we graduated. I've been flying solo.
Yeah, I would gave some people. I'll be like, oh yeah, nope, boop.
Yeah, I've been flying solo for a long time.
You mean no good? Boop.
No, I've been flying solo for a long time, and I never look back. And the people that I'm connected to, we still got love for each other, but our adult lives just did not include each other.
Yeah.
So, and there was no hard feelings with that. When we see each other, yes, we show each other love and stuff like that, but our adult lives just does not include each other. So I've been flying solo for a long time. Probably since I was probably 19 or 20. Yeah. But she not gonna sidetrack me from this. She tried.
It almost worked.
She tried. I just realized what you were trying to do to me. Get your cord. She tried, y'all. I got 9 minutes, so let's get it done. Loving list.
I hate these cards.
Okay. If you kinky and feel like being freaky, it's Thursday night.
She should have said, ooh, tomorrow's Friday.
Y'all can get it. Y'all can set it out for the weekend. I'm just saying.
I can't wait for my Friday.
Strip down and let your partner caress your body any way they wish. Oh,
I did that yesterday.
That sounds like fun. Describe the first time you saw someone else masturbating and what you thought about it. That's probably what I thought.
Wait, what was your facial expression?
Like,
I did the same thing. Because back then you were young. You
describe what you would like to do with a vibrator. Nothing.
Been there, done that. See, y'all, look, I've said it over and over again. Completely different ends of the spectrum.
Listen. Have your partner give you a relaxing scalp massage. There you go.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Do that when you're massaging my body. Just get all it in at one time.
You know what? I've had that done during the act, and that's actually kind of.
That's what I'm saying. Do it while I'm at because it's sensual. So do it then.
Yeah.
And then just work your way down.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All the way down.
Yeah.
To my toes.
Now, I never had the toe action, but yeah, I just go up with them.
Girl, it's wonderful. But anyway. Let me stop. Oh, anyway. Let's see. Watching an erotic adult movie tonight. Did that last night. Get a copy of Lady Shatterley's Lover by D.H. Lawrence.
That's specific.
I've never heard of that.
What is that?
Hell, I don't know. And read it as a couple. A copy of Lady Shatterley's Lover by D.H. Lawrence. Lady Shatterley's Lover. That sounds like something I will not read.
I can't even look it up if I try.
It don't even sound interesting.
Is that a book?
Should I guess? Tell your partner 10 things about them that turn you on. I can only name 2. 3.
Lady
4.
What?
Lady Shatterley's Lover.
Oh, Lady. Spell it. Shatterley.
Chatterley'S. Shatterley's Lover. Let's see if it looks interesting. I might see if I can find it on that look old. Oh, well, shit. Is that a movie or a book?
It looks like an old back in the day movie.
You know what? That might be kind of good because they were freaks back in the day. Did you ever read The Claimant of Sleeping Beauty?
No.
Oh, you need to read that.
I have to buy that, right?
I don't, they might. You may be able to find it. Do I have that in my Amazon book? I'll have to look and see. The Claim of the Sleeping Beauty and that trilogy is really good. Oh, the last one. Eskimo Kisses. Is it? No, that's Butterfly Kisses. Oh, Eskimo Kisses with the nose.
Okay.
Both of you close your eyes and gently rub your noses together. What the hell? A kid.
Before sex?
It doesn't say.
I mean, because that does nothing for me.
White
I do that to my kids, like
I'm telling you,
my grandbabies.
the pale face. Eskimo Kisses. Pale faces do that.
Yeah. Well, I had the pleasure of going through some cars. I am.
Well, a couple of these things I've
Satisfied
already
with that.
done. Yeah.
I'm satisfied with that. So, but if y'all haven't done so already, take a moment out of y'all day. I know this feed was a struggle, but hey, we got through it together.
It was a struggle.
We are not the best, but we are doing the best
with what we have.
And I'd appreciate all of you for coming on that watched today. Hey, if you got anything to say, go ahead. Today is the day. Other than that, I'm trying to start this memo. That's the memo topics to Monica and the letters to Lacey.
That's gonna be interesting. Oh my god!
I do, and contrary to beliefs, we actually have people that walk up to us and tell us and ask us stuff pertaining to our show. That's why we was like, we actually have people that watch that we don't know is watching. So, yeah,
which is why we started the letters to Lacey and memos to Monica.
Yeah,
but you know what? I guess we need to do like some kind of email like thing. Or...
I got one set up, but I ain't been in a while, so if I can get that set up, I'll post it here. Well, I have it set up. If I can, y'all know what I mean. The struggle is real. I'm one YouTuber that does not know how to YouTube.
Well, damn it, how you gonna be a YouTuber and don't know how to use? You know what? I can't talk because I don't do YouTube either. That's why.
I'm just learning every day.
You know what? We're gonna have to come up here one day.
Like, I thought it was gonna be easy to learn how to use these clip-ons, but it ain't.
Girl, it took me forever to get mine on. I still don't think it's on right.
I mean, we got it on, but we don't know if y'all can hear us through this thing or if y'all hear us through the phone.
What if this recording didn't record at all? I'm gonna be pissed.
Now, Day responded. She said she can hear us.
Oh, okay. Are we loud?
But we just don't know if it's our mics that we bought
or the phone,
or if it's the phone. Okay. But you know what? Let me just say this: why do people do this?
When they can just clip it on.
Yeah. They literally do this. Why?
Maybe because they want to feel like they're holding a mic.
Go get one.
They don't want the big one.
Listen, I got to figure out how this thing works. But we got our own little mics now, y'all. We got some. And now we got it says it's on, but I can't tell when I had clicked it on there, it wasn't voicing that we were on.
Yeah, we think it was the phone.
So, I mean, we don't know. Because I assume that because it's plugged in, it's supposed to act like a headphone and, intercept the original speaker and come here. So I'm hoping that this is how y'all hear us because we do have them on. I mean, we don't know what else to do. Our instructions were just pictures.
You sounded like a little kid that didn't want to get in trouble.
But like I said, thank y'all for coming on here. I appreciate y'all. And I hope to see all of you, if not just one of you, on Relationship Saturday. I think I might have a topic, but I have to discuss that with Monica first.
Why does it sound like it's going to be a little racy?
It's I think it's going to be...
Should I be worried?
Yeah. like I said, people do come up to us and they
Oh, so was this a requested topic?
yes.
Okay, well then it's a go.
Yeah.
You know, I'm all for requested topics.
It's a request from a female.
That we work with?
No. Oh. I don't personally know the person.
Oh, it was a request by a request from a request?
Like I was talking to someone that I knew.
And somebody
And they
else
overheard and they asked about topics and gave us
you know, I like requested topics.
they gave a scenario.
Ooh, we need to hurry get up off here. I want to know. I want to know.
And it was a juicy scenario.
Okay, come on, we gotta go. Okay, yeah. Today
So-
is Throwback Thursday, and yeah, time is now 6:41.
Yeah.
And it is time for us to go. So, peace out. Bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Maybe we should take it slow. I don't feel too comfortable jumping into something new right now.